Birmingham City, home of the Zulus, a club languishing in the second tier of English football. 10 years since domestic success after that faithful evening at Wembley against Arsenal. But in that season, they crashed out of the Premier League, yet to return. But in this rebuild today, we're going to take 3-star Birmingham City with the worst budget I've ever seen, and we're going to take them back to the very top. But there's a special man at the helm.
Headed away by Rooney!
Yes, that's right, Big Wazza's taken over. The ex-England captain is walking through the doors of St Andrews, and he's bringing with him his superior tactical knowledge. The boys are ready. Wazza is certainly ready to take Birmingham City right to the very top, right to the pinnacle of English football, and get a Champions League down us as well. Up the Blues! Let's get into it, boys. So, as we start off this rebuild, we have to set our tactical vision. Now, like Manchester United of old, when they had Rooney, when they had Ronaldo, Tevez, all breaking forward, they used to sit back and soak up all the pressure like a paper towel soaks up milk, and then spring into attack. 3 or 4 passes and they were slotting it past your GK. Now, as we look at the team that we've inherited, it's not actually that bad. For a mid-table championship side, we're looking a bit ropey. But with the boys that we've got, we can definitely get something moving. Some decent attackers, our wingers looking nice and quick. Midfield, strong, powerful, good tackling. Centre-backs, very, very strong. And then also, looking at our wing-backs, not only have we got a few decent starters, but we've got some really tasty-looking geezers on the bench. So, surprisingly, I'm actually happy with what I'm looking at here. Looking decent, looking fresh and ready. The boys, let's get into it, but let's do a little bit of wheeling and dealing before we get into the gameplay. Now, first order of business, getting rid of the goalkeepers. Now, Ruddy, tell me you don't look like Lenny from Shark Tales. Etheridge, another one who finds himself stepping out of the club. We've got no need for you, especially as I've got someone in mind who I want to be bringing in. We get almost £1 million for both of them, but it doesn't matter because here he is. He's the big Scot. Angus Gunn coming in from Norwich. £3.5 million from the Canaries, and he's going to do an absolute jobby at the back. 3 more departures as Gardner, Roberts and G-Cock, what a great name, leave the club. And you'd have seen him in the thumbnail. We bring back Hannibal. Spent the last couple of seasons on loan at the Blues. We need to bring him home, don't we? We need to make him a star in this team. And from the looks of it, this boy, your potential, your glass ceiling, mate, we can't even see it. 2 mil on the button. For me, that's an absolute steal. I said now then, Kings, if you enjoy these rebuilds, if you want to see more of them, make sure that you drop yourself a like right now. Make sure that you comment down below who you want to be seeing rebuilding next. And also, who do you want me to sign in these rebuilds? This is a chance for us to get the best, biggest, top talents in the world. And as always, we're going to play a bag of highlights and then play the biggest and most important games live towards the end of the episode. And as we go into the first game, Huddersfield absolutely shit the bed in the first couple of minutes. GBH on my Oshi, but they're still being able to dominate most of the possession until the 60th minute when Laird just breaks free down that right hand side, swings the ball in, and Ollie Burke rising like Jesus on a Sunday to nod us home and get our first 3 points. Big start from the boys, and start as we mean to go on. And just before the transfer window slammed shut, I saw this little geezer on the loan list and thought I had to indulge. From Rooney's former employers, Amad Diallo comes in to just add a little bit of flair up front. And like it was scripted from the bloody heavens, we're up against Sunderland. But it was less of a dream and more of a nightmare, as they didn't slap us with 1. They didn't slap us with 2. They put 3 past us without a reply in the first 30 minutes. An absolutely horrific second game in charge for old Wazza, and it's out of the frying pan and into the fire that is the Midlands derby. It's El Grassico somewhere. Colleen Rooney and Rebecca Vardy are ripping each other's skulls off. Couple of fantastic pieces of goalkeeping from old Angus Gunn. The first one to just delay Patson Daka, but the second one with a point-blank save. But we do come back in this second half. Our corner routine's still not working, but it's Amad Diallo on his second start. Goes and mops up for us and grabs us the first goal in this one. But Mavadidi just causing too many problems, and late on jinx his way past the defence and cannons one past Gunn. And then it goes from bad to worse, because a couple of minutes later they work it like a single mom who don't get any benefits, and they only go and get the winner. After a great start, Rooney's side's collapsing like a fatty on a deck chair. But the next game up in the league is against West Bromwich Albion. That corner routine, I swear to God, if you don't go in one of these days, very soon, I'm going to write a strongly worded letter. But the philosophy of this blue side is that we want to soak teams in. We want to draw them towards us, so we can play a quick couple 1-2, sneak round the backside and stick it in the hole. And this is exactly what we do to this West Bromwich Albion side. From back to front, it just works. And Dembele finishes the move off with a sumptuous little volley. West Bromwich Albion do find their way back into this game, though. Angus Gunn gets sent for an absolute hot dog. Matt Phillips, considering himself as lucky as that time, they decided not to go out with Gareth Barry and Jake Livermore. Scotty Hogan, the smallest geezer on the pitch, comes off the bench and nods in the winner for the Blues. Much needed 3 points in Rooney's patchy start to the season. And as we come up against the top of the league, Southampton, I thought in the first couple of minutes here, little cross into Ollie Burke, header in the first couple of minutes, get in the boys, we're on for another famous victory. Until Armstrong with the first, Mara gets slipped through for the second, and then of course it's the big Scott to round off the victory. An absolute 3-1 demolition job. The old Haggis Muncher goes and gives it 20 men to the crowd, but we'll be back, Southampton, don't you worry. Next game up in the league then was against the Canaries. Buchanan driving himself down this left hand side, and I tell you what, you don't give this boy 2 bites of the cherry unless it's on a Bakewell. An outstanding volley from the left back on his weak side as well. Sticks us 1-0 up early doors, but we weren't finished there, because a couple of minutes later, Bakuna brings the ball down. Power shot. The keeper was left dumbfounded, as in they found him dumb. That ball disappeared past him quicker than mine did this morning when I had to step out my yard. I'm telling you, it was a chilly one still. Dembele with a beautiful little touch over his head rounds off the 3-0 victory. Dominant performance. Tell you what, boys, we seem to be clicking now. And just in time as well, because here they're Yorkshire. We chuffing love ya, even though the skies are grey above ya. Leeds are next up. They take a 1-0 lead in this one. And I thought, you know, second half job, I'll give one of the youth players a go. Have a suck on that. George Hall, you have just secured yourself a contract for life. I'll tell you, this boy right here, he'll go right to the very top. Right to the very top. It's just a shame that eventually, one day, we ain't going to be able to take him on European nights, because the geezer has got a AK-47 permanently attached to his right foot. And then towards the end of the game, Leeds are sticking on the pressure, piling it on. And as if my day couldn't get any better, Dembele drives the ball inside, and he sees the run from Miyoshi, who's caught him napping. He's beat the offside trap. He's beat the goalkeeper, and I'm beating my meat. And to make it even better, he only goes and does the Jude Bellingham to the crowd. Now, very quickly after this game, AC Milan come in for Georgie Hall, and I tell him, piss off. No way you're getting an hands on my boy here. End of season 1, we find ourselves in 12th position. Not great in the league. But I tell you what, the boys, it was just a consolidation season. It's the first season. Let Wayne Rooney get his hands on that budget. And he's promised Tom Brady specifically that he will not be buying any lap dances with any OAPs. Over to the assist then, Ethan Laird coming in with 6 assists, with Hannibal just behind him with 5. Roberts and Dembele up there as well. A cracking season from the boys. Like we said, we can only go up from here, lads. 12th place finish. Not great for our first season, but it's on to season 2. Now to start off season 2, of course, we had to do the inevitable. Little bro, get yourself back down to the Midlands. Joby Bellingham back at the Blues and under the tutelage of Mr. Wayne Rooney. This boy is going to flourish. We say goodbye to Mayushi. He gets his move to Ajax. And then while Wayne was scouting around on the free agents, he only found an absolute Jembo Jones. Harry Maguire, big slabhead. He's going to fortify that back line. Just what we need. Just to stop us leaking like your mum does after she's watched 50 Shades of Grey. After Rooney's time in America, he saw this boy and thought, yeah, we've got to snap him up as soon as physically possible. K-Cow, you don't know where I'm from, dog. But as long as players are coming into the club, you will see players leaving the club. Tyler Roberts, the next one to step out the door because we had the Parrot. Does Polly fancy a cracker? Because I feel like we've just got a cracking little deal. 2.75 milli for Troy Parrott. He's just going to add to that concoction that we've got brewing up front. And then to round out the signings, just to get a little bit of mobility in the back line. Just to help Slabhead ice his knees after every single game. Joel Latabideri coming in just in time for the first derby game of the season. Against the Baggies, can we make it 2-2? Well, it's an absolute shocker of a start as Diengada gives the ball into Maja. Early doors we go 1-0 down, and that partnership of Latabideri and Big Slabhead, you gotta pull your finger out your arse, lads, or you'll be on the next number 9 bus home. Lady gets the ball into Parrott though, and it's a fantastic start from the young Irishman. Just after this though, we see the raw and adulterated pace that Cade Cowell possesses. Looks after the ball like a newborn. And I tell you what, he's got an absolute truckload back at home. But his finishing is like shitting in your hands and clapping. Lady finds himself with a little bit of space and pops one from deep. But it's a big, strong hand to push the ball away from danger. Buchanan coming forward, giving the ball into Hannibal. Hannibal to Parrott. Bellingham over to Buchanan. It's Lady clean through. And again, lads, can't finish our bloody dinner. And at this kind of level, if you aren't finishing your chances, you're just asking to be punished. And in the 86th minute, they only go and do what we did to them last season. Absolute heartbreak at the depth. Dagger through the heart, and the Baggies take home all 3 points. Sheffield United, our next opponents at St Andrews. Chance to take 3 points off a promotion rival. In the first couple of minutes here, Angus Gunn bails us out with an absolute stunning little hand to tip it round the post. And a few minutes later, Jude Bellingham wraps one. And just like how you wrap a present for your missus on Christmas Eve, it doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as you hit the bar once you've finished. Jude Bellingham with his first goal back in a blue shirt. But I tell you what, if this next goal would have gone in, it would have taken the absolute biscuit for the day. Troy Parrott, an absolute cat's whisker from getting goal of the month there. Next up was Everton then, and it was an absolute devastating return for old Wazza. Back at Goodison, and we shipped 3. We had Proctor, our youth academy goalkeeper, in goal, and bless him, he couldn't do anything to stop any of these. Dele Alli with the final one, wraps it up like a dickhead, goes and gives the old Judy Bell celebration. I hate him. Kate Cowell yet to score in a blue shirt. Gets very lucky here, and he's off like a prom dress, off like knickers on Freshers Week. And it takes him 2 bites of the cherry, but consider it cherry popped. He knows a lot about popping cherries, that boy. Many V cards in the old wallet, I'm telling you. Jude Bellingham not giving up on this one. Nicks his phone, his keys, his wallet and his virginity. And then just gives it a delightful little dink over the goalkeeper as him scrambling. Bless him, he's stumbling around. And like an old bloke taking his grandkids to school on a Saturday. You don't know what day of the week it is. Now 2-0 up early doors against Leicester. You're thinking, We're home and dry, ain't we? Oh, okay, yeah, Mavadidi's just scored. Yeah, but we're still all right, ain't we? We're still calm at the back. Yeah, because no one's going to do anything silly. No one's going to lose their head. Oh, Slabhead, you've gone flying in it. Yeah, you've absolutely GBH'd him. He's only going to give away a penalty. He's give Leicester a route back into the game. Patson Daka steps up. Oh, and he's done him right down the middle. Total capitulation from the boys. 2-0 up. And now we find ourselves on level terms. But in the last couple of minutes here, we find ourselves flying forward. Bakuna into Dembele. Can he win it for us? It's a massive save. What a joke. From the resulting corner. Slabhead gets up. Sticks it in the onion bag. I always believed in you and I never doubted you for a second. Quality from our captain. And I tell you what, he's just fantastic from corners. I've recently been playing with Fellaini and he feels just like him. Stick a ball in the air and he'll win it for you. Bakuna almost catching the Preston keeper out there. And then from the follow-up, Bellingham just twats it in his face. This bloke with a name who looks like he's fell asleep on the keyboard smashes that ball into the bottom corner, and Angus Gunn pulls off one of the best saves I've ever seen in all my days. But as the clock's winding down, we give the ball over to Dixon here, one of our top youth academy prospects, who just picks out Dembele and he's got nothing else on. So he tries the impossible. Siriki Dembele playing football is like playing poker with a witch, because you never know what he's going to pull from his little bag of tricks. A man that's been overshadowed this season by the incomings of Parrott and Cowell. But this boy, with this goal, has just sealed himself a contract for life. You're never going anywhere, Siriki. You can have 50 grand a week. You can have me car, me house. You can even have me missus if you want. Now back at a familiar stomping ground for our Wazza. Derby come for a cheeky little game at St Andrews. And from kick-off here, we look after the ball ever so well. We ain't panicking, we're just waiting for a little bit of support. We're saying to Derby, who's in charge? Me or the devil? I think I'm in charge. And Bakuna strikes early, and like this 2-pump chump, it didn't take us long to blow our load. Final game of these highlights then is against Rotherham, and we needed a big fat 3 points to secure our place in the playoffs. And step forward, Buchanan. I tell you what, I haven't scored this many beautiful goals in a rebuild in a very, very long time. And this boy at left back, he's dishing up bangers like his name's Gordon Ramsay. And with that big fat W, it brings a close to the season, as you can see on the screen right now. We've absolutely scraped it by a Rizzler paper. 6th place in the league, which means it's playoffs, baby. But that, of course, means we've got a semi on for the Birds. But it's the Canaries, not that posh totter that you find up snobs. Now, with Norwich 3-2 up from the first leg, we needed a right old quick start in this one. And Siriki Dembele going very, very close. But you haven't got to ask Siriki twice. The second time, he's going to punish you. Once again, Dembele stepping up when we need him the most. Norwich did have their fair share of chances in this one as well. It was only a matter of time until they forced their former number one into a save. But Gunny couldn't rescue us. And as the ball spoons up off Cowell's effort, Sanderson is the one to rise highest and bundle it over the line. That goal took us all the way through to extra time, and it was a foregone conclusion at this point. We worked the ball fantastically well, and it falls to a player who hasn't had barely any minutes this season, the most unlikely goal scorer, and he goes and wins it, sticks the ball into the top binzer, and also sticks Birmingham City into the play-off finals with that sniff, that tiny little whiff of Premier League football. So it's settled then, lads. It's going to be the Blades. It's trigger fingers at the ready. It's pistols at dawn. And a shootout is a shootout.
Like a West.
So the Birmingham side that we are going to be running out with at Wembley is going to be Angus Gunn in goal. It's going to be Laird, Latabaderi, Maguire and Buchanan at the back. It's going to be Sunjic playing CDM, Bellingham and Hannibal in the midfield. Bakuna on the right-hand side. It's going to be Cade Cowell on the left-hand side. And up front, it's going to be the Parrot. It's a playoff final. It's the most important game of the season. The richest game in football. And it's live! Come on in the Blues! Zulus! We're at Wembley. Playoff final. Come on, the boys. Need a massive result. I don't want to stick around in the Champo anymore. I'm bored. Honestly, what the bloody hell has happened to Rooney? Someone get a priest on the blowout. Quick time, we need an exorcism. Come on in, the Blues! Come on, the boys. Let's get stuck into them early doors. Just absolutely spun ya. Stuck you in a spliff. And set you retaliate. How is that a foul? Oh, big save from Slabhead. Great little tackle, my son. And we go then. Cade wants it. Oh, crap. Go on then. Bakuna Matata. Go on, son. Ain't no passing phrase, you know. It means... It's it! Yes! Oh my God! It's Troy! The Parrot! Does Polly want a frigging cracker or what? Left foot, weak foot, Binza. What a hit. Fannying around with it in the box. Parrot comes onto it and says, you know what, son? See that top corner? Nestle job. Come on, the boys. Great start. Oh, we needed one. We needed one early. I wanted one in the first half. And especially after that slabhead tackle. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Bellingham comes inside. Parrot with a chop. Oh, referee blocked him off! No attempt to play the ball, ref. Are you mad? Oh, he's dinked it. Bellingham somehow. Oh, he scored it as well from post. Oh, doing his brother proud. Back in a Birmingham shirt. And taking the Blues back to the promised land. Terrible little ball, but somehow Bellingham brings it under his spell. And catches the keeper napping. Cracking start to this game, lads. Let's continue. Wazza's buzzing. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing? Who? Where? Big winner then. Mags, up you get. Hold on, slabhead. Oh, look at him. He just dances. He glides. Go on, lady. You deserve this, son. Oh! So close. What a run, though. Out of the absolute blue. Are we trying it? We'll have one. Bellingham! Oh, I'm getting too excited. Calm yourself. Big winner. Slabhead, up you get. Well done, son. Oh, that's beautiful. Dembele. Rock one. Oh, it's a big save again. These keepers turned up now, you know. Oh, danger now, though. If he beats. Well stood. Maguire, keep him out there. Good lad. Good lad, Slabs. Ball into the box. Free as a bird. Big save again from Gunny. Oh, terrible. Awful. Terribly awful. Big block, though. Jesus, lads. We are mustard at the back, you know. Mustard. Trinity again. Look at the way he just battles. Glad Anderson. Oh, big save again. Oh, they just ain't going to score, are they? They're just not going to score. Whether we give it them on the line, they'd fuck it up. Here we go then. Lady. Oh, he's dancing as well, isn't he? Look at him. Look at the boy. I just love to see him. Oh. Little overlapping run from the centre-back. I told him to stay back, but he said, piss off, gaffer. Do whatever we want. Right, we're bringing on Dicko. Promising young. Oh, is he better out there? Let's leave him out there then if you want to be out there. Real promising young lad that we're bringing on here. I'd love to see him do something in the Prem. Ball in. Oh, it's just exquisite. Is that Hawley? It is Hall. It's just exquisite. I tell you what, as a Villa fan, I shouldn't be enjoying this as much as I am, but this team is beautiful. I'm definitely going to be looking at bringing some of these boys into House Owen. And Hall. That is mental. What a boy. What a team. What a final this has been. Go on, call it, ref. I want a clean sheet. I want a clean. I don't have to put a wash on. Oh! Oh, you mug. I'm going to have to stick on a 30-minute spin now, ain't I? Cameron Archer. Oh, piss off. Get up, you knob. See, I used to love him. Now he's gone from the Villa. I'm sure you're dead to me. You're dead! Because it's done. Birmingham City back in the promised land. Here he is and a big slabhead. Get that trophy in your hands. Stick it above your head. Because Birmingham City FC, the first step complete. Up the Premier League. Come on then, boys. Let's go and test ourselves against the very best. And that is it then, boys. Premier League confirmed. Now, just having a look at some of the top goal scorers this season. Troy Parrott with 23. Bakuna from central defensive midfield gets 15. And then we've got Judy Bells coming in with 5 goals as well. Right then, geezers, as we say hello to Season 3, it means we say hello to the Premier League. And with the Premier League comes a big fat old wallet that Wazza's going to splurge all over him. I've got to be honest, I was expecting a little bit more than 50 mil. Come on, Tommy Braids. You need to be giving us more cheddar cheese, my lad. Now, before we start spending some of our hard-earned cash, we found this beautiful little Spaniard on the free agents. Step forward and into St Andrews. Isco, 79 rated, coming in for absolutely nothing. Imagine your first day on the job and you're greeted by Harry Maguire. Absolutely grimy sav. But speaking of the team and speaking of Slabhead himself, I need someone who's going to step into that right centre-back role. Someone who's going to boss the defence with Slabhead himself. And also I'm looking at a right mid option as well. Hannibal, you're decent, mate, but you definitely can't be playing out there. Now our first pick for centre-back was going to be Taylor Harwood-Bellis, coming in from Man City. But this is our big money signing. The absolute champagne popper himself. It's Jota. It didn't work out over in Saudi. An 82 rated. He's going to be mustered on the wing. And then just for the bands. Just for the absolute crack. Let's get Balotelli in there as well. The team is looking rough and ready. The boys are ready for this first season in the Premier League. Come on, boys, let's get at it. And what a way to introduce ourselves to the Premier League. It's only a little West Mids derby. Wolves at the Molineux. And you would never ever see the Wolves and the Blues fans getting together like that and having a bit of a party. It would be bloody carnage. Mate, the Zulus would have absolute shanks out. Now Jota in the first couple of minutes here doing exactly what we've bought him for. But I don't think we stipulated that it has to be on the pitch because we haven't been able to get him out of be at 1. Bellingham almost putting himself in for contention for goal of the season. But again, in this league, if you don't take your chances, you get punished. Wolves stick 2 past us in the last couple of minutes. First game in the Premier League proper, and it's a big fat L. Next up, it was Man United, and you know I had to play it for Rooney. And again, the boy who just seems to score whenever he comes on, Siriki Dembele, says to the United defenders, "Do you fancy a dance?" But they were nothing more than mannequins. And Onana in goal, useless as tits on a nun. And even though we hung out for 80 odd minutes, it's Money Mace sticking the ball into the back of the net after he gives him 2 bites of the cherry. But here it is, sports fans. Here it is. It's the Midlands derby, the big one. It's Claret versus Blue. It's David versus Goliath. But can little old David sink his sword into this big mug? Well, it's the yank to try one from distance. Just shaves the top of the bar. But at the end of the day, it was inevitable. They were always going to create chances, and it's Alvaro Morata to not only get one, but he goes and gets himself a Michael Double very early on in this game. But I'll say it again, this Blues team, they've got the spirit of Wazza. And when I mean Wazza, I mean 2010 Wazza. Not a hair on his head. That drop ball against Hull. And even though Cal did get us back into this game, Diaby was just proving too hot for Buchanan to handle. He goes into the box, and this time it's Ollie Watkins to find the back of the net. But with still loads of time on the clock, there's still an opportunity for us to get back into this one. The ball gets touched down here. Bellingham into Isco. He tries with the outside of his foot, almost catching the goalkeeper out. And from the resulting corner, Bellingham touched it on his chest and just strikes it sweeter than a mother's kiss at bedtime. The boy has got it all. He's got the dribbling, he's got the passing, and he's got an eye for goal that would make Stevie Wonder jealous. Still looking for our first 3 points in the Premier League. And could we nick it here against the Tricky Trees? Well, it's Jude Bellingham sticking us on his back once again. And the finish is cooler than a polar bear's nutsack. Gives it the old Henri fake pass, like he's pissing around at goals on a Thursday night. This boy is going to be something very, very special. Next one was a long trip up north then to visit the Geordies. And it's a beautiful little swung ball in from Jota. Nothing the defender or the goalkeeper could do from it. And it's Hannibal to get his curly head on that one. And it's Jota again causing problems, this time for Hakimi. He takes him outside, he takes him inside, and it's a big stop from their goalkeeper. But a terrible mistake from Bielik towards the end of the game sees Williams swing a ball in, and it's flashed across the front of Angus Gunn. Nothing he could do about it. It's another big point on the board against the Nuki Brown. Next match was away at Brighton then. Cow flying down the wing this time, sticks it on a silver platter for Jota. And it's his first goal for Birmingham. Long awaited first for Jota, but the floodgates will open now. But our problem seems to be that we're the architects of our own downfall. Big Slabhead wins the ball back here and tries to switch the play. He's absolutely fluffed it, gives it to João Pedro, and he makes it 1-1. One player, though, who's certainly enjoying the step up to the Premier League is Lairdy, as he drives us forward here. A lovely little 1-2 into Parrott, then into Cal. But it's a big stop from their goalkeeper. Can't even bundle it over the line with a scorpion kick. Cal with another fantastic effort, but it's a big save from the goalkeeper. It's almost like it's not going to go in for him today. But Parrott knocks the ball out to Lairdy here, who just dinks it into the box. And it's weighted to perfection, just like your mom now she's on Atkins. And Cade Cowell goes and gets his goal. And then to wrap it all off, Jota driving into the box, dinks it into Dembele. And of course, Siriki Dembele has to have his say on the game. The last game of the season secures us a 16th place finish in the league. It's safety. We secure our Premier League status for another season. And it's on to bigger and better things in Season 4. Now, where do we improve this squad then, eh? First thing we're going to have to do is go. Your legs had fallen off towards the end of the season, son. So, Hannibal, get your ass back in the first 11. We need a little bit more of a reliable centre forward. So, Parrott, we might be looking for a replacement for you. Also, K. Cowell's having a little bit of dispute with his contract. So, you might be gone. And Buchanan. Not a great season from you last season, though. But I think I'm going to give you one more just to prove me wrong. Now, with 46 million, not a pot to pissing. Come on, Tom Braids. Get your wallet out for once in your life. And, of course, because of his contract, because we've got no money, K. Cowell, the big yank. See you later, son. 9 million out the door. Dickinson, also our youth academy prospects, and Kaleshi Anderson also stepping out because we've got two big Buster Bank signings. First of all, it's Alan Velasco for 25 million on the button from Arsenal. And then we had to get this boy in there. It's the afro. It's the fact that he's Brazilian. And also, Rooney kept a close eye on him while he was out there in the US of A. And with a name like Thales Magno, you know this boy is going to be different. Bisto granules. Now, with the squad the way it's looking, what are we expecting from this season, boys? Well, I am strictly on a cup run, and also I'm eyeing up a European tour, boys. I want Europe, whether that's conference, whether that's Europa. Or I tell you what, let's dare to dream. Champions League on the horizon. Oh, I love to see it. First game up in the league then is against Crystal Palace. Now, this is where we're going to show exactly how good we are and exactly how good our recruitment has been. Alan Velasco, the little nerd, the little dweeb, goes and gets himself a first Premier League goal straight out the blocks. 3 points in the bag, nice and early, like the way that we're working it this season. Buchanan trying to repay some of the faith that Wazza showed him. Dinks the ball into Thales Magno. And oh my God, what a fantastic start that would have been to his Birmingham City career. But of course, Chelsea make us pay towards the end of the game. The free kick rattles the crossbar. And it's Reece James scoring the only goal of the game. Arsenal with the next matchup then. Jota playing a lovely little 1-2 with Hawley. Buchanan again swinging balls into the box. It's Alan Velasco against his former side. But his effort is blocked and in he gets a ball in the face for good measure. Tipped off the post there and Jota is off. He's out and he's out for a rave. He's going to cause problems. Twisting there, here and everywhere. Thales Magno works the ball beautifully and it's Hannibal arriving like a thief in the night, snatching that ball and sticking it past Cammersdale. On for a famous win. Here are the Blue Boys at the Emirates. But of course, Arsenal were always going to have chances this one. And it's the little Norwegian magician, Martin Ødegaard, to get them back into the game. And after that, it was just project hang on for dear life. They bring on Dybala, who switches the ball to the far stick. And I tell you what, if you're going to lose a game, you might as well lose a game to a Saka full volley. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Magno introducing himself to the rest of the Premier League is, my yay is different to your yay. Dripping a sauce, a drip, dripping a sauce. Harwood Belly's trying to enter Veerman from behind. But when you need him, McHaggis, McSauce, big man Angus Gunn saves us. Towards the end of the game here, they do have a fantastic opportunity. They've signed Luis Diaz at Brentford. He's clean through on goal. He decides to cut in on his right side. Swings it. And to be fair, if that had gone in, even I would have celebrated it. Huge game up next then against Liverpool. And you know, Wazza was in the changing rooms before the game saying, I'd love it. I'd love it if we beat them. And Hawley comes on for one of his first Premier League starts and goes and gets himself a goal. Ferreira does come forward. Bit of a hero on this channel. I swear to God, I love the geezer so much. Now, again, we haven't seen this since the championship. But look how we play the ball here. Look how we work it. We look after it like it's a newborn. And just like a newborn, Alan Velasco sits Alisson down on his arse. Gets the Soda cream out. Lathers him up. And then the Parrot comes over and gives it a big old slap. We've gone and nabbed all 3 points from Anfield. And the momentum is well and truly with us. We're like a snowball rolling downhill. No one can stop us. West Ham are our next victims. Jota ended up bundling the ball over the line. Jota coming forward next up here against Newcastle. Again, ball into the box. It's caressed down and Bellingham brings it back under his spell. But the ball just squirms past the post. But from the resulting corner, Harwood Bellis gets up higher than everyone and smashes it over the line. Newcastle, though, catching us out with a short corner kick. They drive into the box and it gets laid off to Lucas Paqueta. He finds the side netting, but once again, we're coming forward with the ball. We're looking after it. We're finding those runs. It works its way to Hull, and he's centimetres from finding that top bin. But as Newcastle are desperate to find the winning goal, they leave themselves vulnerable at the back. And as we clear this ball here, Parrot can see Jota making that run. He slides the ball in front of him and he just uses the momentum of the ball and sticks it into the back of the net. Birmingham City's run continues. And when you look at the table, you can see that the boys are very, very close to securing European football for next season. Only West Ham stand in our way of us going to the Europa League. But as it is perfectly poised for the last 2 games of the season, of course, one of those games has to be the Midlands derby. Now, Aston Villa have certainly signed some absolutely cracking players since we last saw them. But I tell you what, our boys are starting to grow. They're starting to mature like a fine cheddar. Jota now 87 rated. He's just tearing defences into shreds. Troy Parrott turning inside here and smashing the ball over the bar. Jude Bellingham feeding the ball into Jota, who just drops the shoulder. Goes around the houses, but it's a smart stop from the goalkeeper. We're knocking on the door, but like your nan without a hearing aid, no one's bloody answering until Troy Parrott finds an inch of space and just sticks the ball into the roof of the net. Could that be the goal that takes the Birmingham City faithful on a European tour? Well, in the 89th minute here, we clear the ball, but Lady just labours on his touch there. And the Villa boys have got one last chance at Maxim. Gives the ball in. It's a little bit of tiki-taka in the box. And of course, it's Super John McKinn, the Villa captain, beating his national teammate. And he sends a dagger plunging into the hearts of Birmingham City fans all over the city. Now, as you look at the table, we are level on points in the last game of the season. We have Burnley and West Ham have Chelsea. Can Chelsea save our season? Can we beat Burnley to confirm Europa League football? The team that will face Burnley then is gunning goal. It's led Latubaderi. It's going to be Harwood Bellis and Buchanan at left back. Bakuna central defence in midfield. Bellingham and Hannibal in the middle. It's going to be Talas Magno. It's going to be Jota on the other side. And then it's going to be Parrott, our centre forward. It's bloody massive. And it's live! We need a win. God, I hope West Ham lose. God, I hope they lose. But all we can do is get our result here. Absolute heartbreaker from the Villa last game. Would have basically secured it for us. Yes, Hannibal! Early! Oh! What a run! I didn't even see him! Get in the boy! What a start! Hannibal arriving like a shaman. It's a beautiful little dink ball. I literally didn't see him. I was dinking it in to the far post, to be honest, and I think I just messed it up. Oh, look at the majestic little mop head. Get in. Early doors. Vinny Comps. He's fuming. Big winner. Parrott's going to rock one. Oh, it was begging for it. You're asking for it. You're dying for it. Would have been a stunner. Big switch on. That's a beautiful ball. Ball in. Parrott's in there! Oh! Shocking header. I wanted the overhead kick. Why didn't he overhead kick? He loves an overhead. Edge of the box. Strike one, Bakuna. Oh, that is shite. Both of you. Oh. Right, win that. Nice. Josh, is that you for the middle? Oh, if you could have brought it down. Win that. Good lad, Hannibal. Through to Dembele. You know he loves a last minute goal. Oh. So unlucky. Oh, don't let this be like the Villa game. Come on, lads. Let's see it out. Let's either get another one or let's just shut up shop. Never a foul. They're going to play it short. I knew you were going to play it short, lads. Don't tell me. Don't ask me how I know, but I just know. Oh, here we go. Dembele's up on his own. And he's going to find Buchanan. Go on, Bukes. Win it for us, son. Buchanan. Oh, my God. I celebrated even before he'd shot. And now I look like a prat. Good lad, lady. Ah, it's a free kick though, isn't it? Of course it is. You're going to go short again. No, they're going to dink it in. Header wasn't far away enough. Oh, big save again, Gunning. Right, let's get this gone then now, lads. I don't even want this to be silly. Just go. Well out. Jota, bring it down. Jota, get there. That's it! Done! What are we saying, boys? We look like we're going a bit mad. We look like we're going a bit mad. What are we celebrating? What are we celebrating for? Bit of mutual respect there, playing days and all that. What are we celebrating for though, boys? Because we look like we're going absolutely what, dog? Oh, let's go and have a look. And that is it. It's confirmed. Book your days off. Get your passports out. Because the Blues, they're going on a European tour. Now, a quick look at the statistics for this season. Parrott, our top goal scorer. Velasco scoring 16, even though he had a long-term injury. Jota up there as well. And look at Georgie Hall. 7 goals for the season. Even more than Thales Magno. Now, part 2 will pick up from where we left off. 5th in the table, which of course secures us the Europa League football. But where do we need to improve on this squad? Now, up front, looking pretty shaky. Midfield, do we need someone to replace Bellingham? I'm looking at that left back spot as well. And also potentially another centre back. But tell me down in the comments, who do you want to see coming into this side? And with £127 million, we have got some packed cash to splash. And with all that being said, geezers, thank you very much for watching part 1 of this Birmingham City rebuild. If you enjoyed the video, make sure that you drop a like right now. Make sure you're following me on all the socials that you're seeing on the screen right now. Make sure that you're subscribed as well so that you don't miss anything else that comes out on this channel. I will see you next week for another Howzo in Town episode. It's much love and peace.